Well, hey there! Welcome back to another episode here on Hall Family Farms. As you can see, we've cleared out all of the brush that grew up around our 30-year-old Concord Grapevine, and we've already got the first two vines trained to the bottom rail. Now we're going to install the second rail and get the next two vines attached. But before we do that, we've got to install the rail. And so one piece of rail, fence rail, is 10.5 feet long. And so that's a little bit wider than 10.5. So what we're going to have to do is cut a piece of pipe and then use this connector to connect the two pieces together. So that's what we're going to do next. If you need to take that bathroom break, now might be a good time. I'm going to put the camera on pause for a minute and bring you in for a closer look. Okay, we have our piece of rail here that we're planning to cut, and we've got it already marked. 31 inches is approximately what I think we need based on measurements. And again, here is the connector that we're going to use. So I'm going to put my safety sunglasses on here for eye protection. Anytime you're cutting anything, but metal in particular, you don't want to get that into your eyes. So here we go. Okay, we're going to need to turn it just a little bit to finish the cut, so let me undo our clamp here, and now we'll clamp it down and finish the cut. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Alright, so we've got our piece here. We've got our connector. And it goes on just like that. Alright, so we've got our piece cut here. Okay, we've got our piece of fence rail marked so that we can cut it to the length that we need. So I've got a pencil mark right here. But before we cut this piece of metal, we always need to make sure we have eye protection on. So I've got my safety sunglasses on, and so we will be protected here. So let's go ahead and make this cut. Okay, we need to rotate it. The blade's not quite big enough to cut through this piece of pipe, so let's rotate this. Clamp it back down and finish our cut. Okay, before we move on, I am going to position the camera so you can see what we're doing. I'm going to drill one of the holes a little bit closer. Okay, now I've got a 1.5 inch spade bit. We're going to drill this hole just a little deeper to give us a little bit more wiggle room. And safety first. Okay, what I decided to do is go ahead and drill through this hole all the way so that we can make sure we get this to fit right. So let's go ahead and get our piece. Okay, so we have the piece we just cut. Alright, so we've got our rail fastened, and we will anchor it down with some screws to kind of keep it in place. Now we're going to go get some zip ties and see if we can't get the next set of grapevines attached to the second rail that we just installed. So I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Got my zip ties here, and so let me see if we can go ahead and get one of these out. I'll set this on the ground for now. And what we're going to do is gently, because this has already become very woody, so we don't want to put too much strain on it. We'll see how much give we have here. Alright, let's get another one. Okay, I think that's going to give it plenty of support. Don't think I want to go any further because I don't want to risk. Man, I could try one right here. Let's see. Okay, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 zip ties. I might put a fifth one right here. Might be a little overkill, but I think I'm going to go ahead and fasten this right here. All right, so now let's move to the other side. Okay, here is our vine that we want to train here on this side. Okay, so let me start with one up close here. The nice thing about using these zip ties is that they are adjustable, and if you're not able to adjust it, you can always clip it and put a new one on. Alright, so I'm going to have to trim the end here, so let me get my pruners. Okay, I have my trusty pruners here, so we're going to prune this to the right length. It looks like we're going to go back to this. There we go. Alright, so let me put these in my hip pocket. Now, you might be asking, why did you decide to use these metal top rail that are used for fencing? Well, I got this idea from one of my gardening mentors and good friends, Paige Webb, and during a visit with he and his wife Terry, they shared with me their garden, and when we got to the grapevines, he said that he had tried a number of different systems, and that this seemed to be the optimal way of doing it. So these are galvanized steel, so they're more sturdy. They can hold the weight of a lot of clusters of grapes, and they shouldn't rust since they're galvanized. So, and they give a really good support here. So that's why I decided to go with it. If it worked for him, and has been for a number of years now, I decided it would be good for us to do it here on the farm. So let me see, I think I'm going to put one right here. And we'll do one more right at the end here. Okay, so the next project is, I think we're going to try and have this a 3-tier system. We've got this vine right here that I would like to train on a 3rd rail. So I think that's the goal here, is to get a 3rd rail in, and hopefully we'll have, and maybe it might be this branch right here that we'll train to go that way. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, the goal here is to try to put a 3rd rail in our arbor here. We have this nice vine here that I would like to train. So we're going to go ahead and measure for the holes and get that in here. It's a messy job, but somebody's got to do it. All right, so we've got our holes drilled. Whoop! A lot of dust. All right, so okay, now that I've got myself a little bit dusted off, we're going to go and get our next rail and then take some measurements, make another cut, and then install. Okay, we're going to make two cuts actually. I'm going to cut this adapter off of this full length of top rail. We'll cut that off to give us a better situation when we go to place it in the hole. So let's make this first cut, and then we will take some measurements and make our second cut. Okay, now we're going to rotate it so we can finish our cut, clamp it down. Okay, so now we're going to take some measurements over here real quick, and then we'll come back and cut the second piece. Alright, we've got our section marked here. We may have to make a second cut, I'm not sure. It's kind of difficult to measure when you're putting it inside two posts. But we've got it clamped down. We're going to put our eye protection on and get our Porta-Cable 4.5-inch grinder here. And it's always important to measure twice and cut once. It's always good to measure twice and cut once. Alright, let's see if this works. Okay, we've got the piece that we just cut. And let's see if it's going to work. Alright, we've got it installed. It looks like it's going to work. So now, let's see if we can get this third vine here up the train. All right. We'll put one more on this end here. All right. That looks pretty good. So hopefully we'll get another shoot to come off. I don't know if it'll be this one. It's quite possible it could be this one right here that will train up to go this to the left here. And I'm feeling like I need one more down here somewhere. Maybe right here. Just to give it a little extra support. All right, I think that concludes this episode on Hall Family Farms. If you are not already a subscriber, please consider clicking that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing, it's free. There's not too many things in life that are free. This is free. And if you click that notification bell, YouTube will always notify you when we upload new content to our channel. And if you click that thumbs up, it'll give us some good feedback to let us know that you enjoy what we're providing you. So until the next episode, please be safe out there. Take care, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.